This is the company that rose through the ashes of depression and war with remarkable resilience. The Mack Brothers drew inspiration from arguably the most innovative and creative brains of the century, the Wright Brothers. Targeting heavy-duty vehicles instead of aviation, Mack Trucks built the vehicles that became the shining star standard of the industry for decades. The origin and start. The amazing journey of Mack Trucks started when John M. Mack, known as Jack, and his brother Augustus purchased the wagon company that John worked for in 1893. The following year, their brother William joined operations. The brothers began experimenting with steam-powered and electric motors, but what they determined was achieved with the rise of the new century. The Mack Brothers Company was established by Jack and Gus Mack in 1900 as a family business, with the company launching its first bus manufacturing plant that same year. Mack Trucks introduced a 40-horsepower, 20-passenger bus, which they later converted into a truck in 1908. This vehicle, known as the Old Number 1, was the first successful bus built in America. It was a chain-driven vehicle that featured a Mack-built 4-cylinder engine, a cone-type clutch, and a 3-speed transmission. It conveyed 20 sightseers at a time through Brooklyn's Prospect Park. The vehicle, converted into a truck in 1908 and then finally retired in 1917, was the first Mack Million Miler. Now, this was also a hallmark that the engine used to power the bus was designed by the Mack Brothers. So this way, it also became the first product made by the Mack Brothers Company to get the Mack nameplate. A year later, the tourism company that bought the first bus from them bought one more. With these two orders, the company became firmly entrenched, and the brothers officially incorporated the company in 1902. Thus began the legend and legacy of one of America's most iconic brands. The first truck. Over a short period of time, Mack Brothers Company expanded and established itself as a prominent player in the automobile industry. The growing demand made it clear to the brothers that their Brooklyn location would not suffice. As a result, they opened a second assembly plant in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1905. By the end of that year, Mack Company had sold over 50 trucks. But in 1907, the brothers decided to close the Brooklyn assembly plant and focus all of their manufacturing efforts at the Allentown facility. So their vision got further refined, and Mack's first truck was manufactured in 1907 that were best known for simplicity, strength, durability, and plenty of reserve power. So the rest is dazzling history. By 1911, the Allentown factory was a bustling hub with around 700 employees on its roster. This indicated the beginning of something much bigger. Along with the deployment of a huge workforce, the company started a series of strategic mergers that would pave the way for the company to become a household name in the truck industry across the U.S. This huge milestone was achieved when the Mack Brothers Company teamed up with the Sauer Motor Company, giving birth to the International Motor Company, or IMC for short. Just a year later, IMC expanded its engineering expertise by merging with the Hewitt Motor Company, by bringing in engineering heavyweights like Edward R. Hewitt and Alfred Mossery.
Hey, I'm popping in really quick. My name is William. I run the channel here at Extreme Force. And I also run a premium merino wool sock brand for trade workers called Camel City Mill. Now, we offer 3 lengths. These socks are perfect. We have the boot cut, the crew, and the ankle. These socks are perfect if you struggle with sweaty feet, if you're on your feet for 12, 14 hours a day, if you work in the trades, anything where any hard work is necessary, then you need our socks. And there are 3 main reasons why. Reason number 1 is if you struggle with sweaty, stinky feet, using a merino wool sock, that's gonna help you tremendously. Number 2, we don't use any merino wool. We use a special proprietary yarn called Ironside merino wool. The way we kind of spin that together, it makes our socks twice as durable compared to regular merino wool. Here's an example where I'm picking up a 15-pound kettlebell with a single thread of our Ironside merino wool. Not only that, but we also do double-plated nylon fortification in the toe and in the heel. This makes our socks so durable that we offer a 10-year durability guarantee. So that means if you get a hole in your socks within the first 10 years, no joke, you can send them back to us. We'll give you a brand new pair completely free. The third thing you're gonna love about these socks is that they are 100% USA made. So our factory is in North Carolina, the wool's in North Carolina. We're a North Carolina company. We're really proud about that. North Carolina is the hosiery sock capital of the United States. We're right there, we're epicenter. So if you like American-made products, if you like an American-made pair of socks, it has a 10-year durability guarantee that will give you dry, comfortable feet, even if you're working a 14-hour shift in 100-degree weather. Make that feel like easy mode. If you want a pair of these socks right now, use the link down in the description below. We'll hook you up. Thank you again for watching Extreme Force. Now let's get back to the video.
The Bulldog. Fast forward to the outbreak of World War I, when the British government got their hands on 150 Mack AC trucks for shipping them off to France in order to move troops, food, and supplies. These trucks didn't just do the job, they nailed it. This astonishing performance earned them the fierce nickname Bulldog Macks from the Brits. The US military took notice, and when America entered the war, they adopted the Mack AC as their go-to 5-ton truck. By the end of it all, nearly 4,500 Mack ACs had played a crucial role in the war effort, further cementing their legendary status. In 1918, Mack Trucks hit another milestone, becoming the first manufacturer to equip their trucks with air cleaners and oil filters. Just 2 years later, in 1920, they were at it again, rolling out the first truck with power brakes. But interestingly, that Bulldog nickname didn't just fade away in the years following the war. It became part of Mack's identity. By 1922, the company made it official, adopting the Bulldog as its corporate symbol or the company logo. And if that wasn't enough to cement its legacy, 10 years later, Alfred Massery designed the first Bulldog hood ornament. This iconic piece of metal would go on to become one of the most recognizable symbols in the automotive world. The story behind the Bulldog hood ornament is even more fascinating and jaw-dropping. Alfred Fellows Massery, Mack's chief engineer, was not one to let even a hospital stay slow him down. While recovering from an operation, Massery found himself with too much time on his hands, and for a man like him, that just wouldn't do. So he decided to carve a bulldog. Now here's where the legend gets a bit fuzzy. Some say the first bulldog was carved from a simple bar of soap, while others claim that it was wood. Well, either way, this little project of Massery's would go on to become one of the most iconic symbols in the automotive industry. Even the Great Depression couldn't completely slow Mack down. Throughout the 1930s, the company kept pushing forward, expanding its lineup despite the economic challenges. One of their crowning achievements came in the summer of 1938, when Mack introduced its very own diesel engine. They were the first independent truck manufacturer to pull off this feat, marking a major milestone in the industry's shift towards the more efficient power of diesel engines. 1933 was a year of growth and progress across America, and Mack Trucks Inc. was right there at the forefront, playing a key role in some of the country's biggest projects, Boulder Dam being one of them. Then in 1936, Mack introduced the E-Series, a line of streamlined medium-duty trucks that quickly became a hit. These trucks, with gross vehicle weight ratings reaching up to 23,000 pounds, were available in both conventional and cab-over-engine configurations. Their versatility made them one of Mack's most successful products ever, with over 78,000 units produced by 1951. Mack's dominance in the truck industry showed no signs of slowing down. In 1938, they broke new ground with the introduction of the Mack Diesel, the first diesel engine ever produced by a truck manufacturer. And then, just 2 years later, in 1940, Mack's sales skyrocketed to $44 million from domestic deliveries of 7,754 units, pulling in a solid $1.8 million in net profit. And Mack wasn't just making trucks, they were crafting everything from heavy-duty haulers to small delivery trucks, dump units, buses, and even fire trucks. This diverse lineup made Mack the most comprehensive truck manufacturer in the business. World War II. Like much of American industry, Mack quickly shifted gears when World War II broke out, adopting the full wartime production mode. Civilian truck manufacturing was put on hold as Mack focused on supporting the troops, and they delivered in a big way, cranking out 26,000 six-wheel trucks, 4,500 5-ton four-wheelers, and 4,600 powertrains for the M3 Stuart and M4 Sherman tanks. The war effort even saw part of the Allentown plant taken over by the government to produce Vultee aircraft. While Mack Trucks were a lifeline for soldiers stationed around the globe during World War II, they also played a crucial role on the home front. One of their standout feats came in May 1943, when 2 Mack Trucks hauled the body of a DC-3 transport aircraft from Houston to Dallas, a 340-mile journey. And this wasn't just any load, it was the largest and widest cargo ever transported over state highways at that time, proving the sheer power and reliability of Mack Trucks during a critical period in history. However, despite Mack's tremendous contributions during the war, the post-World War II era proved challenging. Strikes and new taxes took a toll on the company in 1946, leading to a dip in profits. The late 1940s were marked by tough contract renegotiations and a sluggish market, making it a financially rocky period for Mack. But Mack wasn't down for long. In 1952, they turned things around with the introduction of the best-selling B Series. These trucks were a game changer, featuring a widened chassis frame in the front for easier maintenance, a wider front axle for better maneuverability, and a sleek design with rounded fenders, a streamlined hood, and a cab. This was a major departure from the older, long-nosed, boxy designs and resonated with buyers. By the time the B Series was discontinued in 1966, Mack had sold approximately 127,000 of these trucks, marking a great comeback for the company. Another major leap forward came in 1953 with the introduction of the End 673 Thermodyne diesel engine. This innovative engine featured direct fuel injection, which significantly boosted power to 170 horsepower and enhanced reliability. It quickly became a favorite among buyers with nearly 80% of the heavy-duty B trucks sold equipped with Thermodyne engines. The 1950s were a decade of major expansion for Mack Trucks, largely driven by the creation of the United States Interstate Highway System. With the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956, Congress allowed the construction of a massive 41,000-mile network of interstate highways designed to connect all 48 contiguous states. This monumental project boosted the trucking industry, and Mack was no exception. By 1956, Mack's gross sales soared to an impressive $250 million, with net profits surpassing $12 million. And they didn't stop there. By 1959, Mack's net profits hit a new record high of $15.8 million. This was super amazing. In 1965, after decades of steady growth, Mack made a major move by announcing the relocation of its corporate headquarters to Allentown, bringing it closer to the main assembly plant. Construction of the new Mack World Headquarters building began, and it officially opened its doors on April 28, 1970. The expansion didn't stop there. Just 5 years later, Mack inaugurated a new engineering development and test center in Allentown. The 65-acre facility was a state-of-the-art hub for vehicle and component design, complete with a test track and high-tech chamber for measuring engine and mechanical noise. That following year, Mack also opened a new assembly plant in nearby Muskogee. The 1970s were not just about physical expansion, they also took a step toward an impressive shift in Mack's corporate structure. In 1979, Mack entered into a big agreement with French manufacturer Renault. This deal gave Renault a 10% equity stake in Mack and made Mack the North American distributor for Renault's medium-duty diesel trucks. This partnership would become a vital asset, helping Mack tackle some of its most challenging years ahead. The challenging phase. The 1980s began as one of the most tumultuous decades in Mack's history. The company faced consecutive losses in the tens of millions for the first 3 years. While Mack managed to return to profitability briefly in 1984, these losses were part of a broader downturn that plagued the industry for years. In January 1986, after reporting a staggering net loss of nearly $85 million for the previous year's third quarter, Mack made the difficult decision to close its Allentown plant. The struggles continued, and in 1990, Mack became a wholly owned subsidiary of Renault. This shift came as Mack was still grappling with severe financial issues, leading to a major restructuring effort that included shutting down several more manufacturing and assembly sites. Despite these challenges, the restructuring paved the way for a turnaround. The turnaround for Mack began in 1990, spearheaded by Pasquale's sweeping reforms. However, these changes did not yield immediate results. Throughout the early 1990s, the company struggled to gain traction amid fierce competition. In 1993, despite the U.S. heavy-duty truck industry enjoying its best sales in 15 years, Mack reported a $64 million loss on $1.7 billion in revenue, missing out on the industry's success. But progress was on the horizon. By the end of 1995, Mack had managed to improve its market share for the third consecutive year after 4 years of decline. The changes from 1990 were starting to take effect. After years of financial losses, Mack finally returned to profitability in 1995, despite a slump in the Class 8 truck market, which had dropped more than 15%. Mack not only held its own, but also gained ground, increasing its market share to 12.1%. Remarkably, Mack was one of only 2 manufacturers to boost their market share in a declining market. With renewed optimism, Mack celebrated its 95th anniversary in 1995, looking forward to carrying the unique Mack mystique into the 21st century. So by 1994, Mack had returned to profitability, and by the end of 1998, the company had achieved 6 consecutive years of market growth, becoming the only U.S. heavy-duty truck manufacturer to do so at that time. The new century. The dawn of the 21st century brought another major shift for Mack Trucks. In 2000, as the company celebrated its 100th anniversary, it was acquired by Swedish manufacturer AB Volvo. This acquisition set the stage for a big change in the Lehigh Valley. In 2001, Mack Trucks introduced the Mack Granite to the U.S. market, and it quickly made a splash. This versatile Class 8 vocational truck was designed to replace the CH, CHN, and CL models, offering a wide range of configurations for regional hauling, dump trucks, mixers, and more. The Granite wasn't just about raw power. It also came equipped with cutting-edge driving technologies, including touchscreen dashboards, LED lighting, and a driver assist system. Its popularity has been so enduring that Mack Trucks has continued to produce the Granite to this day. The Mack Anthem hit the market in 2007 and has gained praise for its fuel efficiency and ride comfort, thanks to its exceptional aerodynamics. However, it struggled to make a lasting impression with its design. That's where the 2007 Mack Pinnacle came into play. Featuring a classic semi-truck look and powered by both Mack MP7 and MP8 engines, the Pinnacle addressed the need for a distinctive and iconic truck. It's versatile, finding use in various regional vocational applications, and continues to be a staple in Mack's lineup. The next year's production is the Mack Titan, first introduced in Australia in 1995 and made its North American debut in 2008 due to its popularity. Known for its heavy-duty capabilities, the Titan can haul up to 200 tons and is often used in demanding industries like construction, logging, and mining. It comes with an MP10 6-cylinder engine, available in horsepower ratings of 515, 565, and a robust 605. The top horsepower option boasts an impressive torque rating of 2,060 feet per pound at 1,200 RPM, making it a powerhouse for tough jobs. By 2009, Mack's corporate headquarters, along with all operations from the Engineering Development and Test Center, relocated to Volvo's campus in Greensboro, North Carolina. Production was also consolidated into the Musungi plant, marking the first time in 80 years that all Mack vehicles were manufactured at a single location. The following year, the old Development Arid Test Center building was repurposed into the Mack Customer Center. This new facility features a large corporate showroom, the expansive Mack Museum, and regional offices, continuing to showcase Mack's rich history and commitment to innovation. Starting in the early 2000s, the demand for the medium-duty trucks essential for delivery services and local hauling skyrocketed. To meet this need, Mack Trucks launched the Class 6-7 MD series in 2021. This new line carried over the sleek design of the popular Anthem model, offering a familiar look with a practical twist. Despite being available with only one engine option, the MD series quickly garnered a strong following among business owners and truck drivers for its reliability and performance. Mack Trucks made a big announcement earlier this year in 2024 that it would feature the Mack Granite, a Mack MD7, and a Mack MD Electric at its booth during the NTEA Work Truck Association's Work Truck Week 2024. This event, running from March 5th to 8th at the Indiana Convention Center in Indianapolis, Indiana, is where industry leaders gather to showcase the latest innovations. It was just last year at Work Truck Week 2023 that Mack introduced the MD Electric model. Fast forward a year and the MD Electric is now in full production at the Roanoke Valley operations in Salem, Virginia, with orders already being taken. The Mack MD Electric, available as either a Class 6 or Class 7 vehicle, is powered by a 3-phase permanent magnet synchronous 260 horsepower motor. It runs on nickel manganese cobalt, NMC, oxide lithium ion batteries, offering a 240 kilowatt per hour capacity and an estimated range of up to 230 miles. This model marks Mack's second venture into the electric vehicle market, following the Class A Mack LR Electric, which started production in December 2021. As of 2024, Mack Truck continues to prove its reputation as one of the world's leading truck manufacturers, a legacy it's maintained for over a century. With annual revenue hitting $1.5 billion, Mack Trucks is still a powerhouse in the industry. The company employs 2,000 people, with a remarkable revenue per employee ratio of $750,000. The incredible story of Mack Trucks is an amazing case study of innovation and resilience. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this iconic company's history, so drop a comment below. And be sure to subscribe to catch more jaw-dropping videos on the world's best machines and their makers. We'll see you in the next one.